In this video, we'll be taking a look at two NBA games happening on May 14, 2025, and providing you with free team picks and total picks for each one of those games, so 4 picks in total. Welcome back to Cash Out Sports. Let's dive right into it. Oh, and don't forget to subscribe and to click the bell icon to get notified as soon as these videos get released, so that you have more time to plan out your bets as we provide these videos on a daily basis. I can guarantee that you'll have all the important information that you'll need on these two NBA games after fully watching this video. One more thing before we start. If you would like to gain access to our best exclusive sports picks to take your journey to the next level, then check out our Patreon in the link down below, where we offer our best single picks, parlay picks, and much more. Now let's get started. New York Knicks versus Boston Celtics. The New York Knicks and the Boston Celtics are set to square off in Game 5 of their Eastern Conference semifinal showdown. The Knicks are chasing their first trip to the conference finals since the 1999-2000 season. They're 7-3 so far in this postseason run and have been perfect on the road, going 5-0 away from Madison Square Garden. They haven't dropped a road game since way back on April 10th. As a team, the Knicks are putting up 106 points per game while hitting 45.1% of their shots. Defensively, they're giving up 106 points while holding opponents to 43.5% shooting. From three-point range, they're making 35.4% of their attempts, and they're converting 72.8% at the line. On the defensive side, they're allowing just 33% from beyond the arc and pulling down 42.1 rebounds per game. The Celtics are now in a win-or-go-home scenario and need to grab a victory to push this series to a Game 6 on Friday. They've gone 4-4 over their last 8 contests, showing some inconsistency. Boston's home court hasn't been a huge advantage either. 15 of their 25 total losses this season came at TD Garden. They're also averaging 106 points per game, but they're doing it on 44.3% shooting, and they're holding teams to just 98 points on 43.5% shooting. From long range, they're hitting 35.5% of their shots and shooting 82.2% from the free throw line. Their defense has been sharp from deep, holding opponents to just 29.7% shooting, and they're averaging 43.8 rebounds a night. The Knicks will take the floor at full strength, while the Celtics will be missing Sam Hauser. There's also some uncertainty around Jason Tatum, who's still listed as day-to-day with a lower leg issue. The Celtics have had the firepower to blow the Knicks out in every game so far, but they still find themselves on the ropes. The Knicks have all the energy and momentum right now, and they've already walked into TD Garden and left with a win twice. Boston still gets some respect from the books because they're at home, but with Tatum possibly limited, it's hard to feel confident laying points. Tatum gets his share of criticism, but the reality is he led this team in scoring, rebounding, and assists over the season. The Knicks can't let this slip. They've got the chance to end it now and crush any hope Boston has left. New York is still unbeaten on the road in these playoffs and has won 5 of their last 6 games as the underdog. In this series alone, they've been underdogs by 5 or more in every game and have come out on top in 3 of those. If you've been backing the Knicks in this series, you've been making money. Meanwhile, the Celtics are just 42-48 to 1 against the spread for the year. They've also gone 3-5 against the spread in their last 8 games as favorites of 5 or more, with 4 of those being outright losses. This time, we're backing the healthier squad. As our first pick for this matchup, the New York Knicks to cover the spread as underdogs is our full game side pick. Expect this game to be more methodical and low scoring, with both teams digging in defensively. The big question mark is Tatum. He dropped 42 points before his injury in Game 4 and is Boston's go-to guy when the shot clock is winding down. Without him, those late clock situations fall to Jaylen Brown crashing the lane or role players chucking up low percentage threes. Both squads are already keeping their rotations tight, and that's not going to change here. The Knicks are only using 2 players off the bench, and Boston probably won't trust the end of their bench to cover Tatum's minutes. They'll just push their starters harder. For Boston to stay alive, it's going to have to lean heavily on its defense. Fortunately, they've got the credentials. They rank 4th in the league in defensive rating, giving up just 108 points per 100 possessions. They also play at a grinded-out tempo. In the regular season, they were dead last in pace, averaging just 98.3 possessions per game. The Knicks weren't far ahead at 26 with 99.3. This game is shaping up to be a slow, gritty battle where every bucket is earned. As our second pick for this matchup, under the projected total is our full game total pick. Golden State Warriors versus Minnesota Timberwolves. The Golden State Warriors are heading into a do-or-die situation on Wednesday night as they travel to Minneapolis to face the Minnesota Timberwolves in Game 5. Down 3-1 in the series, they're trying to avoid being sent home for the summer. Steph Curry is still out with a left hamstring strain he suffered back in Game 1, so the team is going to need to dig deep if they want to keep their playoff run alive. With Minnesota playing some of their best basketball, the Warriors are staring down a massive challenge. If the Warriors want to extend their season, they'll need to pull off a win Wednesday and force a Game 6 on Sunday. They've won 13 of their last 22 matchups and are sitting at .500 on the road during the playoffs, going 3-3 straight up. It's been a long time since Golden State dropped 4 games in a row. The last time was a stretch between November 25th and December 3rd. They're hoping to avoid repeating that slump. So far in the postseason, the Warriors are averaging 102.5 points per game while shooting just 43.1% from the field. On the defensive side, they're giving up 105 points a night and allowing opponents to shoot 45.1%. From long range, they're hitting 35.9% of their threes and knocking down 77.8% of their free throws. But they're struggling to defend the perimeter, allowing opponents to shoot 37.3% from deep, and they're grabbing 40.4 rebounds a game. Minnesota, meanwhile, is gunning for back-to-back appearances in the conference finals, something they've only done twice in franchise history. They've been hot since early March, winning 24 of their last 30 games. At home, they've been tough to beat, with a 3-1 record in the playoffs at Target Center. This is a team that's locked in right now. The Timberwolves are putting up 107 points per game and shooting 44.9% from the floor while holding opponents to 100 points on 43.3% shooting. They're making 34.4% of their three-point shots and hitting 78.2% from the line. On defense, they're allowing 35.5% from beyond the arc and pulling down 42.3 boards per contest. Steph Curry is still out, and the Warriors will have to find a way to win without him again. The earliest he might return is Game 6, which makes this game even more critical for Golden State. The bright spot for them is that if they do win in Minnesota, there's a 2-day break before the next game, giving Curry a bit more time to get reevaluated. The question is, can the Warriors create enough offense to keep this thing going? They struggled mightily in Game 4, making just 8 three-pointers and nearly racking up more turnovers than assists. Jonathan Kuminga was one of the few bright spots off the bench, but the team is clearly lacking guys who can create shots and get others open. Jimmy Butler was invisible last game, looking completely gassed. Meanwhile, Anthony Edwards and Julius Randle have had their way all series, and Golden State still doesn't have an answer. Minnesota turned the ball over 21 times for the second time in this series, but their shot-making and ability to hit big shots have kept them firmly in control. Now, heading back to their home floor for Game 5, the Timberwolves are in a prime spot to close things out in front of their fans. Outside of their Game 1 win, the Warriors haven't really been competitive. Game the 4th of May have ended with a 7-point difference, but that score doesn't tell the full story. Minnesota was up by 20 going into the 4th quarter and still led by 16 with 2 minutes left. Jimmy Butler has been off and hasn't shown the aggressive edge the Warriors need from him. He only put up 9 shots in Game 4 and never looked like he was hunting for his own offense. With Curry out again, Golden State doesn't have the firepower to go toe-to-toe with Minnesota. As our first pick for this matchup, the Minnesota Timberwolves to win and cover the spread as favorites is our full game side pick. Curry missing games hasn't been the only issue. The Warriors have also been struggling because of how long and active Minnesota is on defense. Golden State's half-court offense has been bogged down all series. They've shot just 43% and haven't done much on the offensive glass either. In Game 4, the Warriors looked good early. They won the first half by pushing the pace and catching the Timberwolves off balance in transition. But once the 3rd quarter hit, Minnesota took control and held the Warriors to 36% shooting the rest of the way. With everything on the line, expect Golden State to push the tempo early and try to create easier scoring chances before Minnesota's defense can get set. Jimmy Butler has barely made a mark offensively in this series, and that needs to change. The Warriors need Butler to be more aggressive and engaged if they want to keep their season going. With elimination staring them down, Butler should come out firing in Game 5. The Timberwolves have really found their offensive rhythm. They've scored 117 points in 2 of the last 3 games, largely because Edwards and Randle have consistently exposed Golden State's defensive lapses. On the other side, the Warriors, still without Curry, are going to have to play fast and take more risks on offense if they want to survive. Edwards Edwards and Randall have dominated the matchup, and their ability to hit from deep and finish in traffic has created a ton of easy looks. Minnesota's supporting cast has also done their job, knocking down open shots when needed. Golden State put up some points late in Game 4, but most of that came in garbage time. Expect a better effort overall on offense this time. Jimmy Butler barely looked like he wanted to shoot last game. He'll need to flip that switch in Game 5 and be ready to score from the jump. Meanwhile, Minnesota is likely to keep firing on all cylinders. During the regular season, Timberwolves games went over 203.5 points in 71 of 82 matchups. The Warriors did it in 68 games. On average, the two teams combined for 228 points per game, well above the total set for this one. Even when you factor in their opponents, the combined average still hits 219.8. That makes the current number look pretty low. I think the way Golden State is going to tweak their offense in a desperation game could lead to the highest scoring game of the series. As our second pick for this matchup, over the projected total is our full game total pick. That's all for now, so if you have any other games you would like reviewed, then leave a comment down below with the game you would like analyzed. Subscribe to our channel, leave a like on this video, and we'll get to it as soon as we possibly can. We would also love to hear your opinion on the picks presented to you in this video, whether you agree or disagree with them, so leave a comment down below and do let us know.